Here we have a single-family home located in Mountain View, Arkansas, 3 miles approximately from town. The home was originally built in 1983 was the start date of the original build. It was built as a single-level ranch-style home. The home was completely gutted and remodeled for cosmetic reasons and to update the interior in 2002. The current remodel was started the end of 2014. The entire exterior of the bottom level was replaced with concrete siding and all double pane new windows and updated. The upstairs addition was added at that time by adding room trusses, new roofing, and the entire upstairs. The downstairs of the home is approximately 1,768 square feet. Some of the features are a large front porch. There's 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a living room with a built-in gas fireplace and entertainment center, a large kitchen, a formal dining room. You have an understair pantry area with a freezer. You have a mud room coming off the back of the home, an underground safe room, food storage area, as well as a covered back porch. The upstairs is approximately 1,479 square feet. On the front of the home, as you can see, it has a 10 by 10 rail balcony. There's 2 bedrooms, with one being a large master suite, complete with large bathroom and large walk-in closet. There's 2 baths upstairs, a large main room, den area that measures 20 feet by 22 feet, not including the area of the dormer and some adjoining spaces. And there's a large glassed sunroom on the back of the home as well. This area upstairs is currently being completed at this time. Okay, we're going to do a walk around of the property now, starting at the entrance. As you can see, the property is located on a well-maintained blacktop county road, approximately half mile from Highway 14, which is then another 2.5 to 3 miles into the town of Mountain View, Arkansas. As you turn here, you can see that the property has a fire hydrant located at the entrance. It is on a rural volunteer fire department. The property is located several hundred yards from the Blacktop County Road down a private lane that is a gravel drive. Okay, this is a view from the end of the lane at the beginning of the property. It is a 5-acre property that is completely fenced around the perimeter with 48-inch field fence running around the entire property. It is gated. This is a private entrance, so it can be locked for security at any time you choose to. As you can see from this view going up to the home, there is a good amount of rock work and landscaping in the yard area. The home and property is surrounded by woods on 2 sides, and there are 2 neighbors on the other 2 sides. From the front of the home, as you can see, there are many mature oak trees on the property, as well as a large lawn inside of the circle drive. There are also 2 mature black walnut trees on the lawn inside of the circle drive as well. From this view, you can see there is an orchard which contains 10 various fruit trees. There's also a cultivated muscadine on the accompanying fence. If you look Directly behind the large elm tree, you will see where the garden area is. As you can see, it was not planted this year, and if you choose not to plant it, it does make for a nice side lawn. If we come around, you will see where the entire yard is fenced, so you can allow your small animals to be outside. You can see on this side also, we have numerous flower beds with additional rock work. At the back of the property is a large, approximately 9 feet by 20 feet garden shed with an attached poultry area with a laying house. And this building is on a concrete foundation with all concrete floors. As you can see, the lawn equipment area of this building has a concrete entry ramp. This area is approximately 8 feet by 11 foot 6 inches interior space. So you have plenty of room to get all of your lawn equipment. And as you can see, there's a very large door on it so that you're able to get your riding lawnmower or garden tractor inside easily for safe storage. From this view, you can see the poultry chicken end of the lawn shed. This area is approximately total area of 8 feet by 8 feet. It is a divider wall in between the buildings so that this area is divided from the lawn and garden area. This building is also divided into, on this end, into two approximately 4 foot by 8 foot sections, one being an enclosed roosting area and the other being a more open laying area with the wired windows. As you can see, there is an exterior door so it can be secured at night, and as you can see, this portion of the building is also on a concrete foundation with poured concrete floors. Conveniently located adjacent to the lawn and garden shed and the poultry shed is a large 50 by 125 foot chicken poultry area. It is shaded. As you can see, it has a 6 foot exterior fence running all the way around it of 1-inch poultry wire, and for additional security there's 4 foot field fence around the bottom to keep predators out. You also can see in this view there is a small animal dog pen area. It is all built on treated materials, and it has 3 4 foot by 8 foot runs separated inside. There's also, as you can see, a poured concrete slab in front of this area. Standing in the backyard, you can see the covered back porch. The back porch, as you can see, is gated on either side with 2x4 welded wire. As well, you can see the fence around the backyard, which is not only a wooden fence but has 2x4 welded wire around the bottom, so you can keep your pets and small animals off of your porch and in your backyard. On the other side of the fence, you may notice there is a 250-gallon propane tank. This will meet your heating needs as well as for your propane cooktop. If you look upstairs, you can see the large sunroom, which measures approximately 11 foot 6 by 13 foot 6 floor area. As stated earlier, this upstairs area is being completed at this time. If we look down, you will see there is a 3.5 ton York central heating air unit. Both the interior and exterior unit was replaced with a new unit approximately 5 years ago. From this view in the backyard, you can also see there are numerous large mature oak trees in the yard of the home, which provides shade for the home and really helps on those electric bills in the summertime. Beyond this, you can see the large shop building. so you can get an idea of the distance between the buildings. They're conveniently located all within walking distance. Beyond that, you will see the stables and this side of the large riding arena. You will notice in the side yard to the home there is a very old mature wisteria bush on a trestle. This makes for a very nice setting area in the summer as it provides shade. As we pan around, you will see there are two wash racks for your large animals, your horses and mules, that are concreted. There's water available in this area as well as electricity for grooming. You will see the multi-purpose building, which was previously used as a leather shop, craft shop, which we will view in a moment. And directly in front of us, you can see a large flat area. This is where previously there was a 60-foot round pen. This area, while it is grassy now and provides for an additional yard, has a sand and pea gravel footing in it. From this view, standing in front of the multi-purpose room, you can see the concrete wash racks for your large animals, your mules and horses. As stated, there is electricity and water in this area for grooming. You can also see that the multi-purpose room, as with all the buildings on the property, has the same siding. It's finished in siding, outside fully insulated, and has a finished inside, which we will look at shortly. This is the entrance to the multi-purpose room. As you can see, there are Dutch doors. There's a large exterior entrance area which has a workbench inside, storage overhead. There is a ladder in this area that goes upstairs to a large exterior storage area overhead. This is inside the multi-purpose room. As you can see, it is fully insulated with the inside walls fully walled. There is 30 amps of electrical service with overhead lights as well as multiple plugs in this room. There's a built-in workbench. There is multiple windows. This room also has a loft area. This room, as stated before, was used as a leather shop craft area, but could easily be converted into a living space if needed. From this view in the multi-purpose room, you can see the large upstairs loft area. This area has a floor space of approximately 9 foot by 11 foot. Here you can see the large fishing pond located on the property. This pond is located inside of the pasture area, so it not only provides recreational fishing, as it is stocked with catfish and bluegill, and as you can see, has its very own duck house, but it provides drinking water for livestock as well. Standing in the pasture above the pond, you can see the proximity of the buildings to the pasture pond area. You can see the home in the background, the wash rack area. As we pan around, you will see the riding arena. You will see the shop in the background and the stable area. You can also see this has a established Bermuda grass pasture. There are many large oak trees located in the pasture area, which provides shade and shelter for your horses and mules. In the background, on the other side of the pasture, you can see your closest neighbor. This is his shop building, with their home being located on the other side of the shop building, again across the pasture from your home and the buildings. So right now we're standing in the covered balcony area upstairs of the stable area. And I wanted to just take this opportunity to give you an overall view, maybe give you a little better idea of the layout of the property and the buildings and the proximity of the buildings to each other. In the background, in the wooded area, you will see the roof of the hay storage shed. This shed is approximately 20 foot by 40 foot and will store approximately 70 round bales under roof. As we come around, you will see the backside of the shop. The shop has a 30 foot by 40 foot enclosed area that is all insulated, and there is also a 15 foot by 30 foot upstairs area, which is a woodworking area inside the shop. Again, all insulated and enclosed. On the back side here, you can see there is a 15 foot by 30 foot covered area. This area has been set up in the past as a grooming area and horseshoeing area. It can also double as your large lawn equipment storage, tractor storage, or any other large equipment that you would like to store under cover. As we pan around, you'll be able to see the home in the background to get an idea of the proximity to these other buildings. And in the foreground, you will see the large riding arena, which is approximately 50 foot by 110 foot. This has been set up to train trail mules and horses in the past. It has a groomed footing area, and as you can see, there are some built-in obstacles and training aids in the area. At the other end of the arena, you will see the large water trough so that horses and mules do have access to water when they are in this area. At the back of the arena, you can see the walk-through gate, which would take you to the wash rack area and the multi-purpose room that we looked at a little while ago. We will pan on around now, and you will see the pasture and the pond in the background to give you an idea of the proximity of that. Again, you can see the large oak trees, which provides for shade and shelter for your horses and mules in the summertime. And we will pan on around. You will see more of the pasture. And now we will move to another area to get a last view of the remainder of the pasture area. So we are still standing on the balcony upstairs in the stable area. From here you can see a good portion of the remainder of the pasture. You can see a wooded area which provides cover for your horses and mules. You will see another small pond. This pasture can be divided in half with temporary panels to provide two pasture areas in order to separate animals if needed. If we look down, you will see some of the stables. On this side of the stable, you will see there are 4 10 foot by 12 foot stalls. And now we will go ahead and, while we're up here, and look at the living quarter areas above the stables. So here we are standing in the doorway of the conference room living quarters above the stables. This room interior is approximately 10 foot by 35 foot. It does have a kitchenette, as you can see, with a refrigerator freezer, a window unit to provide for air conditioning, and we use a small space heater in here for the winter months. In the back, we will look at in a little bit, there is a full bathroom with a shower and toilet as well as vanity. There is storage cabinets, as you can see in the back. A guest bed can be set up in the large open area, as well as table and chairs for 4-H meetings for the kids or other events. From this view, you can see the oak cabinetry, which is used in this building. And we will come around now and go inside the bathroom to take a tour. As you can see, oak cabinets in here as well. There is a full-size shower. On the back of the shower, there is shelving units so that you can have your linen storage and cleaning supplies, etc. This room also has its own hot water heater, so you have running hot and cold water in this area so that you do not have to have hot water from the house or run a hot water heater year-round when the building is not in use. And there are also multiple electrical outlets throughout this building. So from this view, you can see the balcony area where we was filming from just shortly ago. The balcony area is approximately 10 foot by 14 foot. And I don't know if you can see from here or not, there's a large picnic table there with a ceiling fan. And this is a great area to be able to have grandma and grandpa, friends or family, to view the riding arena and the activities of the kids. You can also see the side of the stable area. And just a little explanation on this end, the room with the porch. You will see the porch and the door on this end. That is your tack room. That is a 10 by 12 tack room with a porch covered entrance. It is fully insulated with interior walls we will look at in a minute. Next to that, you have two 10 foot by 12 foot open stalls. And on the other end, you will see a 10 foot by 12 foot area, which is the feed room. So this is a view standing at the end of the stables under the balcony area. As you can see, the center section is a poured concrete floor, which is 10 foot wide. There is water available in this area. There is electricity available in this area, so you can cross tie and do grooming in this area. There is also in this a total of 6 10 by 12 stalls. These stalls do have a dirt floor. They are not a cement floor. However, the tack room and the feed room is a poured concrete floor. At the other end, we will look at shortly, is a concreted area so that while cleaning out stalls, you do not have to carry your material far. You can take to the end, dump over the side onto the concrete area, and be able to use your front end loader on your tractor to carry the stall cleanings away. So here we are standing in the alleyway looking into the tack room. Again, this is a 10 by 12 approximate size room. This room was cleaned out, and as you can see, it has a fresh coat of paint. You're ready to put your tack in or whatever shelving you choose to put. In the past, this room has been used as a milking parlor, so there is multiple electrical outlets inside as well as water available here. And telephone service in this room wired in, and as well, I forgot to mention a while ago, you have telephone service available upstairs in the conference room. Again, we are standing in the stables downstairs, and as you can see, it does have its own small bathroom complete with vanity. So standing in the alleyway here, you can see the restroom that we just looked at. And you can see the feed room. The feed room is a 10 by 12 room. The restroom does come out of that room, which is approximately 3 foot by 4 foot. This area, as noted before, has a concrete floor. Easy access on the other side to move your feed in and out, or put hay in order to move into the stalls easily. As we pan around, you can see the end and the concrete slab, as I mentioned before. Your clean out from your stalls can be put in a wheelbarrow, taken to this end, dumped down there onto that concrete pad, and then moved with a front end loader on a tractor in order to take to the pasture for fertilizing your pasture or whatever you choose to do with your stable clean out. Okay, standing at the end of the stables in the alleyway, you can see the entry to the pasture. So you have easy, close access for your large animals to and from the pasture from the stables. So this is a little bit better view of the backside of the shop, or the area between the shop and the stables. This is the lean-to section, which again is 15 feet deep and 30 foot wide. And as you can see, it's divided into 3 sections. This area has been used as a shoeing grooming area for horses and mules. It was also used as a tractor storage area. As you can see, there's plenty of room to put various kinds of equipment. As you can see, the forage equipment that is in there for horseshoeing, although various kinds of equipment could be put in that area to be used. There is also a large air compressor at the back that you can see. This air compressor will not come with the property. It will be moved. However, if a potential buyer was interested, we could talk about possibly selling it for an additional cost with the property. The entire shop is plumbed for compressed air. So inside the shop you have various outlets throughout the shop, both downstairs and upstairs, for compressed air stations. So a central air compressor can be placed in this area and provide compressed air for the entire shop. So what we're seeing here is we're standing behind the hay shed, or directly in front of the hay shed, looking at the stables. You'll see the entrance to the pasture, and then you'll come up and see the end of the stables. As we pan around, you'll see the area that we just looked at previously, which is the shoeing area or grooming area on the end of the shop. Again, that was a 15 foot by 30 foot area that was covered. The center section of the shop is 30 foot wide and 45 foot long. It's a very large shop, with the area to the right divided into an upstairs and a downstairs. And so you have a 15 by 30 foot upstairs woodworking area inside. You will see that you have water access on this side of the shop as well. And as an added note, all of the utilities on this property that were put in are buried utilities. So your electrical lines are buried, your phone lines are buried, your water lines are buried. So you don't have the safety and security issues with overhead power lines, or the issues that come with exposed water lines during the winter and freezing. You will notice the small blue addition to the shop on this side. That is a metal building that was added. There's a large wood stove inside, so you can keep the entire shop warm for working in the winter time. That building is built with a metal frame and metal interior walls for fire safety. You will see that this end of the shop has a very large door. It is a 12 by 14 door, so you can get even large tractors, equipment, trucks, and vehicles in there to work on them if you want to. Upstairs you have an opening where a exhaust fan can be put in the summertime. As we pan on around, you will see the covered carport area. That is a full 22 foot long, so that you can even get full-size cars under there, and they're fully covered. There's an area for 3 vehicles under there. If you look where the yellow truck is parked, that is where your RV storage is. And directly under the carport area is a 50 amp plug-in, so that you can plug in your RV. That area will accommodate up to approximately a 36 to 38 foot trailer with no problem, as we kept our 36-foot living quarter horse trailer in that area and plugged in. As we come on around, you'll see another of the numerous flower beds that are located on the property with some ornamental trees in them. You'll see some more of the large mature oak trees that have been left in place to provide shade and be aesthetically pleasing on the property. If you look on around where the yellow trailer is provided, you'll see a large area where you can park your extra trailers, your hay trailers, etc. In that area, there's also easy access. You have local sources of mulch and bark and landscaping materials, and so there's easy access for large trucks to come in to provide you with your landscaping materials. If we pan on around, we're going to see here again another close-up of the hay shed. This hay shed is 20 foot deep and 40 foot long, and you can store approximately 70 round bales of hay in this shed in the dry under the roof. As we pan on around, you're going to see a wooded section. What I want to reiterate is on this property, even though it has been planned and developed for maximum use with the buildings that are here and the facilities that are here, many natural areas were left so that it is still aesthetically pleasing. So standing here, you can see the front of the shop and the carport area. The carport area again is full length, so full-size vehicles can be pulled completely under. It has an area for 3 vehicles. The center section has a poured concrete floor with the 2 side sections a gravel floor. This area has overhead lighting and numerous electrical outlets. It's a great place for family gatherings and cookouts during the summer. We're not going to go into the shop and show inside the shop at this time, as the inside of the shop is still being used as a workplace while the upstairs in the home is being completed. So for security reasons, we're not going to go in and film in there at this time. However, I will give you a little more information on it. The center section of the shop is a full 30 foot wide by 30 foot deep. It's a large open floor plan with a concrete floor. The upstairs is a 15 by 30 with a separate storage room walled off in there. So right now it is being used as a woodworking shop. There is an additional 10 by 15 work area that has some equipment, some stationary equipment set up in it. That's a separate room, insulated. There is also an additional 10 by 15 foot hobby room, which is completely finished inside and insulated. As well, there is a 6 by 7 concrete vault inside the shop that can double as a safe room. Expense was not spared when building this shop. It is well furnished inside. The floor plan has easy access to all areas. There is numerous electrical outlets throughout. There's ample lighting. It's fully insulated. And again, there is compressed air stations that are plumbed in throughout so that you have access to compressed air both downstairs and upstairs in many locations. So again, it is a well-furnished shop which would make a great home shop, or could also be used to run a home business out of if you so chose. Again, we will plan showings if you're interested in this property, and would be happy to give you a walk around and show you the interior of the shop at that time. But again, for security reasons, we're just not going to go in there at this time and film. So now we're upstairs in the sunroom on the back of the house. Again, the upstairs is not completed, so we will not be doing a walk around tour inside the upstairs. But I wanted to give you a view from this sunroom because I think it's just a great view off the back of the house to come up in the morning and have coffee. You will see the multi-purpose room that we went through earlier, and now we'll pan around and see some of the other views from this room. This view, you can see the chicken area, the lawn shed, the poultry shed. Just a great view of the property from up here. Here you can see the side yard and the area. You can really get a good idea here of how large an area there is there for a garden area. You can see the fruit trees, and it is surrounded by woods on the back side, on two sides, and there are many deer that come in here in the evenings and feed. So there's lots of wildlife in this area. We're going to stop this video now. It's gotten a little long, I know, but I appreciate you taking the time to watch. So we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to do another video showing the interior of the house. So please join us for that video. Thank you.